So many people walk through life with powerful gifts in their hands and never realize what they're holding. Talents, skills, abilities that came naturally to them long before they ever had a title or a plan. And here's the truth: most of those gifts are not accidents, they are God given gifts. They were placed in you with intention, and many people could use those gifts to serve others in meaningful ways, even to build a business, if they understood what they were carrying. Every special skill you have is unique to you. It's shaped by your personality, your experiences, your culture, your story. No one else expresses that skill the way you can and the way you do. And that uniqueness is not meant to be hidden. It's meant to be used in service to others. Whether you work with your hands, your mind, your voice, your creativity, or your problem-solving ability, what you carry has value. When you use your skill with care, excellence, and integrity, you make life better for someone else. And that is honorable work. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Leavona. Welcome to the Leavona Show. I have been creating and building successful businesses for over 25 years, and I am here to help you win. If you would like to learn from me, hit that subscribe button now so you can find me later when you need me. Now, here's where clarity matters, because not every gift is meant to be expressed through business. Some people are called to serve through teaching, through ministry, through caregiving, through community leadership, through art, or through quiet faithfulness in roles the world never applauds. And that is just as valuable. But some people, not all, but some, are wired to serve through business. They feel a pull to build, to organize, to create systems, to solve problems at scale, to provide value in exchange for money, so they can sustain the work long term. If that's you, there's no guilt in it. Business is not unspiritual. When done with integrity, business becomes a vehicle for service, provision, dignity, and opportunity, not just for you, but for others as well. But here's the part that many people misunderstand, and this is where frustration often begins. If you are one of the people meant to serve others through business, using the skill in your hands, you actually need two skill sets, not one. You need the skill set itself, and you need business skills. And those are not the same thing. Being at your craft, excellent at your craft, does not automatically make you excellent at pricing, marketing, systems, leadership, boundaries, or money management. That's why so many gifted people struggle. Not because they lack talent, but because they never learned how to run a business. And that's not a character flaw. It's a skills gap. Business skills can be learned. They can be developed. They can be practiced over time. You don't need to be born with them, but you do need to respect them. When you combine the skill in your hands with solid business skills, something powerful happens. Your gift becomes sustainable. It stops draining you. It stops feeling chaotic. It starts serving others and supporting your life. And that's the goal. Your gift was never meant to burn you out. It was meant to bless others while allowing you to live with dignity, peace, and provision. So here's the thought I want to leave with you. If you have a skill in your hands and a pull in your spirit towards business, don't bury it. Store it. Learn what you don't yet know. Grow where you're still weak, and honor both the gift and the responsibility that comes with it. Because when skill and business come together with integrity, your work becomes more than a job. it becomes a calling. How are you doing today, guys? How was your weekend? I hope it was wonderful and relaxing. And how was your day? How was your day? Very cold weather today. But we're standing here. We're all safe, right? We pat ourselves, everything, nothing is broken. So we give God praise for that. We made it through. I think we were working with 21 degrees or 20 degrees this morning, right? So God is good. Skill in your hands and business skills. Those are the two things that we want to talk about. The whole message today was about that. As you guys know, we're moving out on themes, right? We did freedom. We did freedom all last week. And now this week we're going to talk about the skill in your hands, right? And what we can do to get ourselves stronger and equipped. Now, if the message resonated with you and you liked what I said, I ask you to take a pause at this time and give us a thumbs up. We would love to see some more likes on the videos. Thank you very much for watching them. Thank you for binging on them. I would go in and see that a video has a slow amount of views on it, and then I go back again and it's gone up, and I just want to thank you guys for doing that. All right, keep watching. You'll learn. It's not just about me, it's about you learning the stuff that is there. So if you like what you heard today, just give us a thumbs up and subscribe if you so want to. Okay, all right. So skills in your hands and business skills are the two combinations that we're saying are needed when you do business. Yes, you have the skills, but now you have to have structure. You have to know how to get everything structured and formatted that you can track everything. You can track the money coming in. You can track the money going out. You can have knowledge of which check may not have cleared and how you have to get after that customer for it. I mean, we need to have some good business skills to be able to watch the money, bank the money, save the money, know where the money is going, have a good knowledge of what's coming in, because when money starts going into six figures, if you're not watching, it could be walking out your door. All right. So we need the business skill. Okay. So let's move on to our why factor, right? Our why factor is one of the reasons why we go into business. Dan, why factor, please, on the screen. One of the reasons why we go into business is because we have these skills, right? We have skills in our hands, and we know that there are certain things that come natural to us, and they pull on us, and they make us feel like, you know what? Why am I in this job having this person abuse me? So at this time, we will move into that section of the show, the why factor section, and We'll move into the why factor section of the show. And because it's important for us to remind ourselves why we do business, we need to be honest. Things can get really hard at times for us entrepreneurs. There are times when we downright question everything and really doubt ourselves and our mission. And so we have to ask ourselves why we went into business, why we're doing this, and just the thought and the process of meditating on these things help us to remain grounded and solid. Okay? So today, I want to invite you to not just let me repeat. I want us to do it together. So far, we have been using 3 things, right? There are more, but we're stepping out nice and cautious, and we're just going with 3 for now. So the first thing, right, if you will say it with me, the first thing that we use as our anchor and our energy booster is the fact that we have freedom. And if you watched Friday's video in the Friday show, it showed you so much about the different things and that freedom is not for escape and all these different things, right? So I would advise you to go take a look at that. But we have freedom. Freedom gives us the courage to launch out and do what we need, right? It gives us the courage to walk away from abusive situations and jobs. It gives us the courage to say, enough, no more. I am not working for what you want to pay, because these are no longer slave times. So freedom makes you want to build a foundation and start making your own. It prevents you from being abused and taken advantage of, where your creations have to be left with the company and you can't have any rights to them anymore because they take your stuff and walk into their board meeting and say, I created this thing. What do you think about it? You're such a small peon, you cannot fight them. All right? So that's our first one, freedom. Now, what's our second one? The second one that we always talk about is having this gift in our hands. You know, we have this gift. We can decorate. We know how to walk in and decorate. I have a family member who is so good at decorating homes. And I have been trying to get her to put that business out there. So there's someone in my family, my daughter, as a matter of fact, who has a skill. She has the skill to make a room transform with such beauty. And that's an actual business, you know? So we have many gifts in our hands, and we have to know how to use those gifts, how to make them serve other people, right? So the gift in the hand. And then the last one we always talk about is people. The importance, if I had my way, I would put people higher up on the totem pole. I would put them up maybe in the second position, but they're all important, right? So our third one for tonight is the gift of people, having people, being able to speak to people, being able to have people trust us, being able to love people, being able to share the gift and be kind and sincere and honest and not just wanting but not giving. Without people, we have no business, right? So people, very important. Very important. You can have all the money in the world and put all the ads out, and when the people come, if you don't know how to treat them, they will leave. They will leave. Okay? So, moving along, tonight we want to talk a little bit about the precious state of life, business and family relations, and how they coordinate. Life is precious. And I was reminded about that again today. In this section, we will focus on life, especially on our relationships and how business affects them. We need to be careful to always keep our families first. I said something last week. And what I said was, we went into business, many of us, so that we can do something better for our families. We can give them more. We can bless them. When they need a new jacket, we don't have to take Charlie's jacket and pass it down to Brian. Some of our children do not have the ability to ever get new clothes. They go through life with hand-me-downs. And when we find out that we have a gift and it stirs inside of us and starts tugging us, one of the reasons why we go in is not just at the start. The first thing that comes to us is, I am starving, I am cold, I am hungry. Well, starving and hungry. My children don't have anything. We're having to go to thrift stores to buy them stuff. I want better for them. At this point in our lives, we are selfish. And we are thinking only of our family unit. How can I bless my kids? How can I take care of them better? And so we go in. And boy, when the fire stirs up in us, and we take that gift in our hands and we start crafting it and working it, there is so much joy and so much hope. And everybody's excited. But there comes a day, my family, that business starts to take off. And if we don't watch ourselves, we could lose our unit. Many, many families fall apart because the business got big. Husband ain't coming home. Husband found some false friends. When he was grinding, when she was grinding, you had no one, just you and your family and the dog and the cat. But once you start to make money, a lot of fake friends come. I don't want to go into the depths. I just feel such a pain in my heart. I don't want to go there tonight. But I want to tell you to guard what you have. Because you went into business, mommy, daddies, you went in to take care of those kids. Remember how you may have struggled when you were growing up. And you went in with a purpose that you did not ever want to see them suffer the way you did. But do you notice what's happening if you are here? Fake friends. All of them surrounding you, telling you what you want to hear. Be careful, my friends. Be careful, my family. You have to remember, when you are grinding alone. And now that you have glory, you have to know that the only friends you have is that wife or the husband, the kids, and them 2 dogs and the cat. Don't be fooled. The world is full of fake, lying people. Do not allow the success of your business to separate you and have you walking down no divorce aisle. Do not take your hard-earned labor and give it to some skanky woman who showed up 10 years after you started. Let your wife and your family enjoy what you built. It's not for a stranger. The woman who shows up to take your wealth and to take the stuff from you, she will easily drop you for another man. Trust me. And women, men hunt too. Everybody wants the big bucks. Do not be fooled. Don't go to the bar on Friday nights when you know that your wife always has that movie session that you guys do. She's waiting for you. But you decided to take a little, they told you, come man, come Harry, we're just going to go for 2 or 3, we're just going to do a little something. But they didn't tell you that they had some skanky girls waiting. They're always waiting. They booked them. Those are not friends, my friend. If they know you have a wife at home and they're selecting women for you to hang out with in a bar, they're not your friends. They're backstabbing your wife and disrespecting her. Let nobody disrespect your wife. Let nobody disrespect your husband. Fake friends. Get rid of them like you have to get rid of the fake customers, the English tonguers. You got to make your choice. And you got to stand your ground and draw the line in the sand and say, this I don't cross. It only brings pain, misery, and suffering. And the kids are in the mix and they get the worst of it. Life is precious. Cherish it. Cherish your unit. Put a dome over your unit like our President Trump has to put a dome over America so they can't attack us. And let nobody in. Remember the nights when you and her cried and you look at each other in each other's eyes and you didn't know how you're going to pay the next the next rent or the next mortgage. Hold on to those painful moments and let them anchor you like the buoy in the ocean. All right. I'm done. I am going to tell you any more about that. You meditate on what else you need to do. Please look in your wife's eye. Please look in your husband's eye. Please cherish each other. Love your kids. Don't let Satan come and break up your marriage over some business. It's better you give up the business and keep your marriage. Now, you and I both know that you can fix what is wrong. Don't cheat on your husband. Don't cheat on your wife. Stay tight. Ask God to bind your marriage together with cords and fetters that cannot be broken. Because there's an enemy without who's always looking in. Skills in your hands and business skills, both are needed to get you going for business. And when you get going with business, one of the things that we do in our program, our show, is that we sell. We develop your skill. If you don't have it, some people are scared out of their minds to go sell something. But I always believe that if you have a product that is unique, a product that is good, a product that is excellent, a product that is developed with every ounce of your pride and your joy. In my hands, I possess the skill to make all kinds of things that I can go in and out of season. Is there anyone out there like that? Easter time, we prepare baskets and bags, and we can put flowers together. Seasonal businesses. But we make products, whether they're seasonal or long-term or evergreen. We make these products and we know that they're good because we worked hard and we give good material. We put love and care in them. And we have those little kids of ours running around in the garage where we're building. And we're teaching them, whether it's garage or basement. And we're teaching them how to make products that they're proud of. Some one of them or many of them will take that. You don't know, they're always watching us. They look up to us. So you might think that you don't know how to sell, but I'll teach you a secret. Selling is like me talking to you. We're having a conversation. I don't have to lie to you. I just have to let you know that I'm a sales coach. I'm not hiding that. I'm a sales coach. I work with beginners. I work with entrepreneurs. I give you what I have. But there comes a day that in order for you to get the depths of what I have, you will have to exchange something with me because business is a win-win situation. I give you, you give me. But when we sell with integrity, with honesty, and we land our first, our second, our third sale, suddenly we start getting confidence. And confidence is something that we teach you too. It doesn't have to come after you do the sales. You could be taught that before. And it's just simply speaking to someone, having a conversation with somebody. But the most important thing I want to drive home here tonight is that we sell in this program, we sell with integrity and with honesty. And we do such a good job. We give excellence that the referrals just keep coming and coming and coming. And then suddenly we don't have to advertise anymore because our whole business base is just family and their friends. People do not open up their phone books and give you the things that are closest to them. That's why sometimes we don't recommend people to jobs. Because you might act like my friend and I take you to my company. My company has me in esteem. And then you go in there and you just start doing some real skanky things that take my reputation down. Because what is the first thing people see? What is the first thing they say? They say, her character must not be good for her to have brought us this one. That's why people, over the years, people do not recommend. So when I tell you that if you follow our guidelines and you do excellent work, you stand behind a very hefty product, you promise, but you over-deliver, you can't get you can't get your phone from stop ringing because people want you. They love what you do. And then what? Their families now are recommending, they're saying that you are the bomb? Adrienne would never say somebody is the bomb if that person wasn't. I'm going with this company. Forget them. Forget them other ones I interviewed. Price is high. But she said, don't be fooled by the price. His price is high because, boy, does he deliver. Her price is high, but boy, does she deliver. So, it starts with the skill in the hand. Now we're telling you that you have to have business skill attached to the skill in the hand that came down from above. And once you start selling, you sell with integrity, honor, and honesty, and you will never have any need to advertise with time. Mentally, physically, spiritually, completely rounded entrepreneur. That's the goal of our progress here. I have decided to incorporate into my program the skills and the gifts I have learned from being a therapist, working in a hospital for 8 years. And in that arena, I saw business owners, young people on drugs, marriages, you name it. I've seen it all in those 8 years. And I decided that it would not make sense for me to take you up on high, 6 figures, $1 million, if you can't hold on to your family. If you cannot learn to change your mindset and say, I'm not following the Joneses, I'm not cheating to get rich. If you can avoid the things that could cause your mind to break. So this program is action-packed. And you're hearing me talk now, but there's coming a time where I'm going to start to expand my knowledge. But everything takes time. And all I'm asking you to do for me is to aspire to become a mentally fit entrepreneur. And how do we become a mentally fit entrepreneur. And once we're there, how do we hold that position down? We need an anchor, my friend. A lot of people scoff and say, Leah, I'm leaving. See you, Leavona. I am not going to get mentally ill. You're so wrong. Because mental illness could start from stress. Do you have stress in your life? Have you seen your parents stressed out? The world is full of stress. We're standing here tonight, and the atoms are just pushing in on us with all the junk and the crap that is out there, touching us. You go on YouTube or X or any one of these programs, and you're so bombarded by all the crap. You get off and you're stressed. Everybody suffers stress. And stress can cause you to lose your mind or weaken your defenses. So never, never say never. A wise man sees trouble coming from afar. And he fortifies himself. Those are not my words. They came from the Bible. A wise man sees trouble coming from afar, and he fortifies himself. And one of the reasons why we insist on you learning to become a mentally fit entrepreneur is because just like with life, and you build and you build and you build. And when you had nothing, no one knew you. No one knew you. Everybody laughing at you. When you started that one rickety truck doing landscaping, rotten. The metal is all rotten and broken. Now look at you now. You started your plumbing company. Many mornings you can't get to the work on time. You got to switch the stuff from your old car into your wife's car. She got to take the bus. Ain't nobody know how you're struggling. But now that you're rich and you're doing good, everybody wants Tommy. They're fools and they're coming for your money. Well, I wouldn't even call them fools because they're coming for the money. They ain't that stupid, are they? And this is one of the reasons why we stress, because just like with the life and how you get the business and you work the business, you came for the business to help the family, the same thing with this thing. You can't allow selling out to take you out of the game. A lot of people sell out. When they find that it gets too hard and they're not making money like they used to, they start lying. They start cheating. They start skimming. Hold your fort, man. Let all of them run past you. Your day is coming. Because God, who sees what you do in secret, one day will reward you openly. Those are not my words either, my friends. Those are words from the Bible. The God who sees what you do in secret will one day reward you openly. The race is not for the swift, but for those who endure to the end. I'm using his words as song bites tonight. But I'm telling you that they're not my original, they're his. Don't sell out. Build your business without selling out, without losing your mind because you sold out. They're interconnected. Losing your health because you sold out. You might say, Leah, what are you talking about? I'm going to lose my mind, my health. I can understand what you're saying about the other parts, but how do I lose my health? Because, my darling, dearest, wonderful family, friends, you start getting anxiety attacks because you went out of your character. It's like a man going and cheating on his wife. And in the early stages before cockroach eat out his conscience, or the woman cheating on her husband, before cockroach eat out your conscience, when he's sleeping you up, either you're thinking about Brian or Tommy or Sleazy, or you can't sleep because you know you messed up and you cheated on him. And only tonight he hugged you and he loved you. He made dinner for you. So now suddenly you start getting anxiety attacks. Anxiety attacks can last for 2 seconds, or depend on how far your guilt is, it can last for hours and then days and weeks and months. And it starts to hit your heart. Suddenly, you start binging. Or you go to the bottle and you start drinking. You see, when Mr. Satan comes and he puts the guy in front of us and say, here, this is a nice succulent apple. Why don't you eat it? Or he brings a woman, he puts the guy in front of us, and the guy, his eyes are like stars. And he looks at you with such fake love, and your heart melts to the floor because your husband is at home with a big bear belly. Or he brings a woman in front of you, and she's as ugly as anything you can think of. Oh, but he put a spell on you. And you look and you see the most beautiful maiden the world has ever known. And you go sleep with her and you wake up in the morning and say, huh? What happened? Have you ever seen those movies about the guy who went for the 2 beautiful women and then he found out that they were 2 ugly old hags? Satan always does that. He puts a spell on us, make us fall in love. And then you find out that he had something. He tied up his belly. She tied up her belly. And you wake up in the bed in the morning and you are like, what happened to the beautiful maiden I saw in the bar? And you start grabbing your clothes. You're running. And she said, honey, don't leave. Where are you going? Come on, let's have some more fun. Do not sacrifice your family because the guilt can cause you to lose your mind. Do not think that you can tempt God and you can mock God and win. Stay in your little unit and leave them ones out there with their fancy cars and their fancy mansions and all the stuff. You don't know what they have done to get rich. Stay in your lane, keep focus, keep your eyes on your little family, and build. Oh, he's just throwing these scriptures at me tonight. I'm not going to bring the other one down. Questions and comments. Do you have any questions for me? Start typing them up, folks. Let's see.
What is today?
What is today? Today's Monday.
What's going on?
I don't know. Listen, folks, I'm moving with the anointing. Before I come to speak to you, I say, God, anoint me that I've reached your people. So if you find me to be a little out there tonight, It ain't me. All right? That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. All right. Reminder, 8 p.m. every night. And there was a time I used to laugh at myself. I told you guys, I said, listen, if I did not have confidence, only those who have confidence in themselves make fun and laugh at themselves. And I would laugh and say, we're getting there. And one night my husband said, I said, we're going to see you at 8 o'clock. He said, 8-ish. Good times, good times. All right. But yes, we start at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday. And then we take a break for the weekend. And it's not fully a break yet, because when you start a business, you always have to push hard. Like we said in the video, grinding, and then comes the glory. All right. For those of you who are out there and you're pushing, I am trusting God for you that you get a really heavy, you get heavy sales coming now into the end of the year. And if you're doing brick and mortar, always remember to train your customers to give you a little extra bonus for the holidays. Do not leave any money on the table, because we need all of it to take us through. January and February are the hardest months for business people. All right. So everybody takes care of their family and they buy expensive gifts and what's not. And so, you know, they might put you down and tell you that they're gonna go down for a week. You know the deal. If you've been rocking business for years, you know how it works. All right. So don't forget, if you do excellent service, when you give them a Christmas bonus envelope, and you always have to remember, don't just give a bonus envelope and try to get some money. You have to give them a nice little Christmas card. Lobby Hobby. I don't know if they're all over the country. I think they are. You get yourself some cards, buy them at least by October, and you start processing them, and you give them something, you know, thanking them for being with you. This is a part of the referral thing. Thank you for staying with me all these years. I appreciate you. You know, if you were pleased with the service, would you mind giving me an extra little bonus? It helps me to get my, you know, my operations in order, in preparation for the new year, that kind of thing. As we train you, we will give you scripts as to what to say, brick and mortar, or whatever you have here online. We'll show you the tricks. All right. So we have a reminder, Monday through Friday. We're going down Saturday and Sunday. And we also want to start letting you know that we will commence again with free live trainings. All right. Free live trainings. We're not going to use the other word, the unspoken word that pulls at your heartstrings and either make you feel, huh? Oh, we're gonna do that. I average, by God's grace, not January. Maybe from February to March we'll start putting them up again, but we'll keep you posted. No rush. Free live trainings. All right, guys? So I want to thank you for being here, for staying with me this long. As I told you, we were changing the program and we're moving from point to point to point and trying to get you as much as we can get you. And I want you to enjoy the live. You know, things change with time. And once I start teaching you guys and having the responsibility of teaching a certain amount of you every day, things may change. So for me, I always say, take it now, make contact with me now, Ask me questions. Talk to me now. Get to know me. And don't be afraid. I don't bite. Okay? And I know with time it's going to be hard to get to me. It's just the way my businesses go. All right, my darlings, my wonderful, beautiful family. Thank you for being a part of the family. Thank you for remaining with me. And I want to have I give you my promise that I will work with you in the future, and it's not going to be where one of us wins. We're going to win together. And that's how you're going to go tell everybody that you know about me. All right? Okay. So I look forward, Daddy. Did you get that scripture for me? Couldn't find it. All right. I just want to tell you that I will see you again tomorrow. We have been putting out some shorts, and I see that you are also watching those, and I thank you for that. All right. These are things I have to teach you how, we save money on ads and what's not. So just go check it out, get into the habit of watching it and doing what you got to do. And then one day I'm going to reciprocate same. All right. I'll show you what I know. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you for coming. God bless you. God bless your family. I pray for you. You pray for me. We see each other again tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Be there or be square. Love you, family. Blessings.